The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. There are over 23 11s in 9/11. First, the day is the 11th. The Twin Towers are basically a giant 11. There are 47 columns in each. 4 plus 7 equals 11. World Trade Center number 7 had 47 stories. 9/11 is the 254th day of the year. 2 plus 5 plus 4 equals 11. There are 111 days are left in the year. 9 plus 1 plus 1 equals 11. 111 is the perfect gateway to another dimension. You see, the two pillars are the ones in red and the door or gate is in green. The Twin Towers were 110 stories tall. Flight AA-11 hit the North Tower at 8:45 a.m. South Tower burned for 56 minutes. 5 plus 6 equals 11. Demolished at 9:59 by remote control. Flight AA-77 burns the Pentagon, which is basically a giant pentagram, at 9:43 a.m. So, what is your reality? Your reality is that you're ruled by a pagan elite, a vicious group of interbreeding bloodlines that dominate every aspect of your life, and they desire a global version of Nazi Germany. And just look at your airports if you don't believe me. Now, when I mention margin of error, what I mean is the further you go away from 9/11, continuing the war of terror, the more people are going to die over one big fat lie. And so, instead of just 3,000 dying that day, now there's 6 million dead. And if you don't pull out of Afghanistan and Iraq and get your troops back to America, you'll enter World War III and there'll be 3.5 billion dead. So we see that 9/11 actually equals Revelations 9/11. There's over 22 11s in 9/11, that the war of terror actually is just a big lie, and that the Freemasons own all of the media. They use it to promote their pro-war, their toxic shocks, to cover up the rituals, the satanic rituals that the Freemasons just did, like 9/11 and 7/7. And when we look at the shoe bomber, the Xmas bomber, the Times Square bomber, and the underwear bomber, we'll see that they are all just scapegoats. They are all just scapegoats. That is just the Homeland Security continuing to promote the war of terror by feeding you these people. If they were really Al-Qaeda, they would have blown themselves up. Come on. They are CIA plants. See the Ninth Gate, 1999. It explains pretty much what was going to happen on September 11th, the summoning of the demon, of Satan. We see the 111, okay, the two pyramids, the two pillars, columns, and the green is the gate or door. Okay, and US is no more secure today than it was on 9/11. 4 trained soldiers could easily take over one of your planes with sharpened fingernails. Sharpened fingernails, yeah, five trained soldiers, no problem. The question is whether or not the building they fly into will be wired for demolition. Now, Homeland SS Security and TSA are here to oppress you, and they give you your pat-downs and degrading behavior at your airports. That is to break you down. They've already gotten you economically. They've taken your job, your home, your economy. And psychologically now they're getting you. They are taking away all your dignity. Then they will move in for the spirituality and try to move Christ out of your life, period. So no defense. And who would do that? Oh, Satan. And then finally, physically, you'll be moved on to something in the death camp. Just as survivors of the Katrina. Now, apathy, complacency, dependency, and bondage, those are the last steps of a civilization, and you all end up very quickly all becoming dependent on the government in one form or fashion or the other. That will be used as leverage for the mark of the beast, where they will digitize humanity, because Satan wants to control every aspect of your life. Now we have, when the Jews return to Zion and the Commonwealth of the sky, the Holy Roman Empire rises, and you know, I must die from the eternal seed rises, creating armies on either shore, turning man against his brother, till man exists no more. That is what Prince William is going to do. Lead you on to World War III. He wants to see everyone dead. And then you have the bowls of wrath, turning the water to blood. They've been doing that for the last about a year. And then we have the 7 seals, of course. You must know them. And then we have World War III with 200 million Chinese takes and 3.5 billion dead. Now when performing or opening these gates, you need to know the day, the time, the length, the moon, and the stars, and your temple needs to be in the 1 to 0.1414 ratio. Divine ratio. So we see that the times is very important. 9:59 in the morning, that's a gate. 10:28, you could go on and on. 10 plus 28 is 3 plus 8 equals 11, and 1 plus 2 plus 8 equals 11. And then 28 minus 10 will give you 18, and 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. So you need to know these times. And it's generally in the morning, 7 hours and 22 minutes. Also the length that your candles burn. And George W. Bush at 9:11 a.m. that he is doing his seance and ritual summoning the demon of the bottomless pit. And then at 7:07 we have 9:47 a.m. and 8:50 a.m. Another disturbing time is 9:42 a.m. That adds up to 11 and to 13 and also breaks down into 666. So usually between 8:45 a.m. and 11 a.m. is when these rituals will occur. So we want to sending this angel of the bottomless pit back to hell or casting it out, and we will use Jesus, Lord of Nazareth. For our enemies, the Freemason, we will pray for them. We will feed them, for that will be like putting hot coals on their head. And when it comes down to it, you will pull out your rod of iron, and you will incapacitate them, render them unable to perform these rituals. If not, they will continue to summon evil upon the world. And you're seeing what's happening. And so the Freemason agenda is turning your water bitter, 1/3 of the world's water. We have 420, we have 7/28/2010, we have October 4th over in the Danube, and I predict by January 10th at 2011 at 9:42 a.m. you will see a huge ritual. It will be a Toxic Terra attack. Now, 2011 is going to be very high level for the Freemasons simply because it's an 11. Now we have 1/1/2011, a lot of potential there. It's a perfect 20 door. And then we have 1/10/2011, and that is 2011 forwards and backwards. That is the date I think you will see the 4th Toxic Terra attack. And then we have 1/11/2011, and that's the 11th day of the year, so look out. The month of January should be quite busy. And then we have, of course, February 7th, 2011, the 38th day of the year. February 2nd, 2011. February 9th, 2011 is very strange and unique. And then February 25th, 2011, the 56th day of the year. 5 and 6 equals 11. Now, the March 6th is a definite, it is 11 door 11. Very, very odd. It's quite unique day. And we also see that the March 15th and March 16th meet that same criteria. And March 16th has 290 days left in the year, so, and March 15th is the 74th day. So March will be very busy. Now 4/4/2011, 4/5/2011, and of course, every March 19th and 20th, the 110th and 111th of the day of the year, look for satanic rituals. And that is why every 19th and 20th of April you will see some type of horrible event.
And here we go. December 29th. The chemtrailing starts again. Coming in from behind the sun.
Now, if you have an area you want to purify, if a lot of people have been killed there or a lot of evil, you put these 3 crosses on the wall with the points. It equals 12 in total. And you pray under it, and you be specific what you ask God for. Whether you want to deliver the enemy into your hands, whether you want them to flee, be specific, because that's what you're going to get. And then you see, if they come along and deface this in the name of pride or anger or hate, then they will curse themselves, because they will in fact offend the Lord, and He will deal with them. So you see that this right here is one of the greatest weapons you have, along with the spoken word. Just say Jesus in front of a pagan or a devil worshipper and watch how they cringe and run.